from your discussion. Let yourself settle. So you've hooked the right big toe and you've moved around everywhere, inside the elbow, outside the elbow, behind you, around to the right, around to the left. And you did the same with the left big toe, lift, lower, knee inside, outside, around behind you to the left, around to the right. Well, there's only one thing left to do, really. Hook both big toes. So please come up to sitting. I'm surprised. I thought some of you would just go, I think I'll just stay lying down. That's all right. But to start with, just feel what it's like now. Hook the right big toe, lift and lower several times. And if you want, flip the knee in and out. Right, put the foot down. Pick up the left foot with the hooking the left big toe. Take the left foot up and down, your knee inside, outside. Feel what that's like. Okay. So here's the logic of the lesson appearing. You've learned how to create freedom while leaning on a hand. And then you learned how to do the same thing on the other side, leaning on the hand. Now that you have that repertoire, now that you know a little bit more about how you can shift in here to balance, now you can take it. Could you please hook both big toes, the right with the right index, the left with the left index, and very gently just lift one from the floor, put it down, lift the other from the floor, put it down. Just occupy yourself with that for a little bit. Now, I've never had children, so I've never had the pleasure of watching this kind of process. So it's up to you. I'm watching you. Huh? No. I'm looking forward to you. I'm looking forward to you being my colleagues. Thank you. Can you do it now? Now, notice in which direction do you lift your foot? Is it straight ahead of you? Because what I'm seeing is like there's a half and half. Some of you actually, when you lift your foot, it just kind of goes like that. And some of you are still insisting on this. Which direction kind of makes sense? Yeah, but it's also the way, like if you are lifting your leg like that, unbending the knee is that way, isn't it? Rather than that way? Because to lift your foot that way, the leg has to actually rotate inwards. But if you have facility, it doesn't matter. I can do it this way, I can do it that way. Just let me sign the dance contract, would you? I'm looking directly at Philippa when I say that. Stop, rest a little bit. Rest in sitting. And that moment of just stopping what you're doing and giving it up, notice whether that comes with a little bit of a sense of relief. Maybe not, but if it doesn't come with a sense of relief, notice the difference between being active and resting. Hook the right big toe with the right hand, the left big toe with the left hand, and notice where you sit on your buttocks. Lift both feet together. And come back. Yeah, so to keep your balance, notice what has to happen in the pelvis and in the spine. And if you're really on a nice soft mat and you know you're not going to bump into anything and you enjoy it, let yourself roll like a ball backwards. Why not? Yay. Some of you like it a lot. Okay. Because that is the primary direction of falling. Falling backwards is what will tend to happen. So if you get used to it now, the rest of the lesson's not going to be any problem. Yeah, good. Now just return to lifting both feet and see if it's lighter having done what you've just done. When you eliminate that anticipation of losing your balance, and if you stop yourself from having to keep yourself upright, if you feel you're losing balance, you can say to yourself, all right, I'll just roll backwards. Notice the difference that makes in your organization. Now, here we go. Flip the right knee in, take it out, flip the left knee in. And what I mean by in is to the inside of the arm. So alternate. Bring the right knee in, take it out. Bring the left knee in, take it out. And some of you can do that really quickly. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Yep. And if you ever watched really experienced hand weavers when they're working their loom, do you see how fast they go? The pedal down here, everything's going really quick. Okay. Take the left knee in, leave it in. Take the right knee in, leave it in. Take the right knee out, leave it out. Take the right knee out, leave it out. Left knee out, leave it out. Whew. Yeah, so both knees in, both knees out, both knees in, both knees out. Notice, where do you rock to on your pelvis when you take both knees in? Do you rock forwards or do you rock backwards? Nice. And you see, that's probably one of the simplest ways. See, if you extend your legs, that means there's not much of an angle to go under. You don't have to actually use just this little turn of the leg and it goes in and it goes out. That's it. Nice. Now, rest a little bit. And I can confidently use the word rest because this is more physical work. Can you feel? It is physical work. For those of you who ever want to run a series of workshops about core stability, this would be a great lesson. Because you're dynamically using all that musculature to keep yourself stable dynamically. Beautiful. And you know, if you take it incrementally, it kind of sneaks up on people, because you don't have to do it at the pace we're doing it here. It sneaks up on people and they can do it and it feels like really nothing for them to do. That's great. That's a big difference to going to a class and sweating it. Please come up to sit. Hook your big toes. Lift both feet from the ground. Bring the right knee inside the right arm. Leave it there, and now take the left knee inside and outside while the right knee stays in the middle. That's it. Now reverse the scenario. Leave the left knee on the inside and flip the right knee inside, outside, inside, outside. Bring both knees in the middle. And now take both knees to the outside of the right arm. Take both knees to the outside of the right arm. Return them to the middle. Take both knees to the outside of the left arm. Return them to the middle. That's it. So this is even a bigger side bend. Can you feel? Yeah? And continue that for a little while. Rest whenever you want. Stop whenever you want. Come back to it. And to do it, notice how you shift from buttock to buttock. If you want to make it difficult for yourself, hold your breath, because I haven't mentioned breathing in a long time. Hold your breath, but try to stay without shifting on your sit bones and see what happens. Yeah, you don't need any proof. You believe. You're a believer. Okay, good. Now, intentionally shift your weight. Shift your weight on your buttocks. That's it. Nice. And you might be able to take your feet so far around that they come close to around to the left when the knees are to the outside of the right arm, and the feet might go all the way around to the right behind you when the knees are to the outside of the left arm. No, they can land on the ground. So they're off, and they land, and they're off, and they land. But if that's hard, just slide them around. That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Ooh. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Bet. Yeah, she's doing it nicely. And you see, just at the end there, there you go, there it is. You see, if you bring your weight forward, the feet land on the floor. To lift them off, you just rock yourself back. To put them on the floor, there it is. Beautiful. Nice. And the reason I saw you, it looks like really nothing to do. Yeah, it's like nothing much. Yeah. You practice every night, I'm sure. Yeah. Stop and rest, please. I'll restate this again because it's important to hear it again and again. You are most welcome to at any time stop what you're doing and look around you at the variations that people do. Because if you look carefully and you attempt to do each of the different variations you'll see, that's like me being at the front of the room and verbally give you variations. You'll notice a little difference in everybody, and if you try a little bit, if you taste a little bit from each different person's way of doing it, you'll improve. And that's a very nice way of learning. Please come up to sit. Hook your left big toe with your right index finger. Left big toe, right index finger. Lift and lower the foot. You can use that left arm however it makes sense to you now. And see if it's possible to bring the knee to the outside of the right arm. That's it. And that's it. To the outside of that right arm. That's a good answer. Not for the moment. To take the knee to the outside of the arm, which way would you turn your head? Left or right? So think, as you take that knee to the outside of the arm, it's almost like the lower half of you has to turn to the right, the upper half of you has to turn to the left. And there's a very particular name for that. It's called a twist. You have to twist. I'm glad I did hear some of the names you muttered under your breath. That was good. Yeah, there we go. There's a twist that happens. Which buttock do you end up sitting on? The right one. Try to sit on the left buttock and do it. Sorry. You okay there? Yeah. And return to moving your pelvis as you wish. All right, that's enough. Rest, please. Imagine yourself exploring the same intention, but on the opposite diagonal. So imagine your right big toe being hooked by your left index finger. And imagine sending your right knee to the outside of your left arm. Roll onto your left side. Have your left leg bent so that you know you don't have to be concerned with your balance. Oh, actually, I think I've got you the wrong way around. Or maybe not. No, I can't figure it out. That's all right. Come up to sitting, please. Let's leave that alone. Just hook the big toe. Hook the right big toe with the left index finger and bring the knee to the outside of the left arm. That's it. Yep. And take it to the other side. That's it. Notice how you end up sitting now on the left buttock. And some of you are still able to use that arm behind you. That's great. Okay, let go with that big toe. Let go. Stay sitting, and could you sit asymmetrically so that your right foot is behind you, the heel close to the buttock, and the left foot's in front? And now place the left hand on your right thigh and start to slide that hand around you towards the ankle and the foot. So follow the leg, follow the line of the leg from the thigh to the knee, from the knee along the calf, from the calf to the ankle, from the ankle to the foot, and back again. And in this case, think of looking at your foot. There we go. Good. Please switch legs over, have the other leg behind, the left leg behind, and do the same thing. So it's exactly the same intention, but now the right hand lands on the left leg and it follows the line of the leg. And if you can, touch the ankle. If you can, run the hand along the edge of the foot. If you can, tickle your toes. That's fine. That's hard, isn't it? Not being able to lean on the hand. Yeah. There it is. Yes. Great. Bring both feet in front of you. Hook the left big toe with your right index. And swing that knee inside, outside of that right arm. Inside, outside. That's it. And when it's to the outside of the elbow, find out, can you take it around further behind you? When it's to the outside of the elbow. Yeah, around you to the left. To the left. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Yes, yes. And the answer is yes, I can. Yeah. And come back. So with a few repetitions, you might find that you can take that left foot quite a way away around yourself when the knee is to the inside. Oh, sorry, knee is to the inside of the arm. As long as you're sitting on that right buttock. If you're not sitting on the right buttock, oh, you're in for trouble. But eventually, this is what changes. Interestingly, note, as that foot goes further and further around, notice how you shift your weight onto the other buttock. Yeah, there we are. Oh, looky, looky. Looky what you do. Yeah. Do that again. I'd like to see that. Yeah, look where his knees land up. Look. I'm jealous. I've never been able to do that. Nice. Yeah, lovely. How many times have you done that? Ah, okay. Even better. Rest a little bit before you do it on the other side. Just rest a little bit. I think we'll only get 2/3 of the way through this lesson. There's another third left. So we'll come back to that tomorrow. But for the moment, there's only one more side to do. There's two particular emotional states that kind of glue experiences into place. Sorry, I'm using a woodworking metaphor here. Yeah, there's certain emotional states, and they're usually very strong, that tend to glue experiences into place, and we call that, I'll never forget that. It's learned, and it's learned for life. One end of the spectrum we don't really want to go to very much, and that is cases of trauma, high emotion, yeah, not very pleasant. And for survival value, that gets locked in one trial. You only need one experience, bang, there it is. Thankfully, at the other end of the spectrum, you have moments of elation, and that works like a glue as well. And at those end of the spectrum, you don't have to be paying much attention. It's your whole state that actually just the learning happens in. Everything becomes connected. Please come up to sitting one more time today. Which toe did you just have hooked? Hook the other toe with the opposite arm. I really couldn't remember. And start to do what you were just doing before. Explore the same intention. Start to bring the knee to the outside of that arm. And then once that becomes simple, easy, light, start to take the foot further around to your left. And you can swivel on the buttocks. You can even look at the foot and follow it around. Yeah, but your pelvis never leaves the floor. In other words, some part of your pelvic structure is always on the floor. Could be the back of the pelvis, the side of the pelvis, the front of the pelvis. Yeah, and at that moment, yeah, as the foot lands, there we go. Beautiful. No, wow, you could just keep on going, couldn't you, if you let go of that? If you let go of that toe, you just go flip, 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 flip all the way around. Look at that. Yeah, cool. Okay, stay there. Take hold of the left big toe with the left index finger, the right big toe with the right index finger, and just for the heck of it, just for the fun of it, Do whatever combination of knee in, knee out you want to do. Just flip them in, flip them out, lift them up, hoik them around. There we go. Mashed potato. You don't know the internal resistance to singing that song that just had to arise. Good. Stop, please. May you walk in a tangled fashion home. All right? Feel what it's like to stand, walk a little bit, and you might find a looseness, but still a support in your legs that is unfamiliar, something that you don't tend to experience all the time. The fact that you can have supple, loose legs and still feel supported. Okay. See you tomorrow morning at 9:30.